teachers will come to me and say, oh, I have way too many games or I have way too many resources. And in my head, that means, okay, so you haven't planned out how to use your resources because I never have enough.
Hi, Jodie. How are you?
Hi, Heidi. Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you again. We were at TMEA in Texas, and you were there exhibiting, and we were exhibiting, and we were so impressed with your games that you had on display, and we bought a few of those. So we're really interested in sharing those with the Piano Marvel community. But first of all, we found out that you had just started using Piano Marvel in your studio, and
Yes.
we want to hear how it's going.
Oh, it is so wonderful. I'm just so sad that I didn't start this, years ago, but I think there's no accidents. And I'm so glad I ran into you because I had always wanted, I had my own account and I kind of played around with it. I fell in love. And then finally this fall, I started just a whole new program for my 40 students.
That's a lot of students. That's
It
awesome.
is. It is. I just love what I do, and I'm a special ed teacher as well as a music teacher. So I incorporate, all that I learn about the importance of play and stuff, as well as technology, as well as one-on-one, as well as group. I try to incorporate a lot of differentiated things, and it's so awesome to have a tool that just can give students that much more assistance, like your amazing, amazing program. And so it's really motivating and fun for them to work on these different songs. And we've been focusing on the hymns challenge.
Yeah, that just ended.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And they have loved learning different hymns that you have on there. I actually do something really, it's kind of different, but I do all different levels at the same time. And I do this rotation and just incorporate different materials every week. But it's nice to have a digital piano with Piano Marvel as one of those stations. They sign in, it's already bookmarked where they're at. And it was awesome seeing them learn the left and right hand. I just fully believe in resources. And some teachers will come to me and say, oh, I have way too many games or I have way too many resources. And in my head, that means, okay, so you haven't planned out how to use your resources because I never have enough. I just want to use, as there's so many amazing things and tools in the world, such as Piano Marvel, and I'm so grateful I found that. And I make some of really unique, incredible things too, because I was sick of there's so many great ones that you can print out and do yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there was a need for, I will do the work for you, right?
Right.
And that way it takes work out of yours. But if you have a plan and a way to use them, you will use all these resources. And there's so many wonderful ones out there.
That's fantastic. Well, we want to see some of these resources, these games that you have made.
So it's a piano box is our name because it's a box of organized games that all look the same. So they're all in a file folder with what it'll work on the front. Okay. Like every single one is made with a lot of love and trial and error and then figuring out, okay, that was what it was supposed to be. So the first one I'm going to show you is our most recent and probably one of my most favorite, called Vivace. It is a bag of musical cymbals, and they're all different colors. There's also a black version if you just want black cymbals, and eighth notes and sharp and dotted half note. And the ways to use this are limitless because you can do it as they're walking in, have them reach into the bag and pick one, tell me what it is. You can have them compare it to their music, even on Piano Marvel. Say, okay, here's your note of your symbol of the day. Every time you see it, you have to mark it or show me. So it's really fun. The cards that come with it, and I'm all about differentiation because of my special education degree. And so I create 3 different levels of every single game. So this one comes with the blue cards, which is just the picture. So they just have to match it, right?
Okay.
So you can lay them all out, show everyone the picture, and then they have to race to grab that picture, that symbol. If you're doing it where they're all playing on pianos, one comes off, they're done, they pick a card, and then they have to find that symbol and tell you what it means. So this is the second level. It just tells you the name. That has all the names of the symbols, and they're little hands. I think they're so cute.
Those are cute.
These are the definitions.
Okay.
So there's 3 different levels of Vivace. And
so they read the definition and go find the symbol that goes with that definition. That's
and they can do it blindly. So they have to reach in without looking and blindly find it, or they can all be laid out on the table and they have to find it. Sometimes I'll play it at the beginning of my lesson. So they come for a full hour. So I'll say, okay, the first 5 minutes, everyone gather around the table. I'm going to play like Simon says. So I'll say Vivace half note, and they have to grab it. But if I do not say Vivace and they grab it, they have to put it back.
Okay.
So it makes them listen and get ready for listening. We have a couple of role games. I'll grab that really quick, actually, just so I can show you. It has the boards.
Oh yeah, you showed me that in the booth. Yeah. Okay. Yep, yeah, pretty cool.
A couple of chords. And I'll just this is a fun in the waiting area, right? Has a bunch of symbols on the back. They have to find them in the bag. But our 2 most popular games are the game boards. We hand make. They're crafted with love and mill. They're just beautiful, foldable game boards.
That's awesome.
88 keys. It comes with laser cut pieces. So they look like this. You can just order these separately too. So I wanted something that was good for my advanced students as well, not just for my beginners. So if a beginner is playing and they pick a harder card, I just teach them. I don't think there's anything wrong with exposing them to harder material. So it's an all levels game. So there's not just notes like move to the next C, move to the next E. It's a race up the keyboard. So they'll move to the next C or move to the next E, and they keep going, right? So the last one I want to show you, even though we have so many amazing tools and things too, is Glissando.
Beautiful, yeah. Very colorful too.
So they just roll the dice. They'll start up at the top, roll the dice, and move down. Say they moved 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just have to name the note if it's black. So that's an F. So sometimes they'll land, say, like here, and they'll think it's an F because in treble clef, that's an F, but it's bass clef. So you have to, and that's in music too. Sometimes your right hand will be playing in bass clef, and sometimes your left hand will be playing in treble clef. But if you want advanced to play, you can even say, okay, whatever note you land on, you need to go play the 7th chord, or, you know, I just, every game you can make it as hard or as easy as you'd like.
Well, thank you. That's super generous of you. And I hope that a lot of people take advantage of that and use these games in their teaching. I think they're really spectacular, and I'm sure the students just will love them. So thank you for sharing those with us today.
Of course. Thank you for letting me tell you about them. Oh, I have a code if anyone wants to go to pianobox.net. I made a code Marvel10. It's $10 off.
Okay.
Of any purchase. So if it's under 50, we do charge shipping. So basically that gives you shipping for free, the Marvel 10. Or if it's over 50, you get $10 off of any package.
I think we understand as much as you understand that when you have a labor of love like you have, you just want other people to be able to benefit from the gifts of knowledge you've been given to create something, and you want to be able to share that with others. And so we understand. We understand.
Thank you for letting me share with you.
Well, thank you so much. And I appreciate you taking your time today to spend some time with us. And do you have anything else that you'd like to say or mention about your games or Piano Marvel that we haven't talked about yet?
Just go to pianobox.net.
Okay.
And if you are like no to games, because some teachers are like, you know, I don't know if I'm super into the games. We have not just games. We have tools and gifts and so much that we just keep trying to come out with more things. When it hits us, we're like, oh yeah, we need to do that. So I appreciate you listening to me today, and it was so good to see you.
You too. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Okay, sounds great. Appreciate you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.